All right, welcome to another episode of Fit Talk and Motivation, where I'm the MTMJ Fitness. All right, today we got a special guest, Alondra.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I appreciate you from coming on. I think I talked about this with you about three maybe 4 months ago. I kind of just wanted to
Yeah,
give you an idea. When I started the podcast, I kind of wanted to not just be born and be on here by myself. I wanted to, kind of like bridge out, kind of like build relationships and kind of like, get to know people and take it more than just being on social media. And I see you on social media. You be giving game. You be
absolutely.
really on
Yeah,
there. It's
yeah,
it's
social media connects you with so many people. It's,
yeah,
when people use it for the right reasons and
yeah.
really look at it with intention. I mean, people that are my closest friends now, I all met through IG. So
Yeah, and I think it's amazing by you being so young and you're being in a position to really kind of like, I guess, just change the game. You have so much growth, and if you've grown so far in such a small amount of time. So let's just talk about it. So how did you really get into wanting to work for yourself?
I like to say I kind of fell into it. You see, like right out of high school, you're expected to, I'm 21 by the way. So right out of high school, you're expected to go to college, have a year plan. What do you want to do in 5 years? That wasn't the case for me. I would see myself, in the medical field. I would see myself in the business field. I would see myself in any field except fitness. Like fitness was never one of the options for me because I didn't have the passion for it then. But I pretty much ended up doing nothing. I was working in hotel management, just as an employee. And then I started to work, and I started to work very young. I've been very independent since young. So I believe that also has a factor in me not wanting to play around with my younger years. And but my last job was as a pizza delivery driver for Papa
I know
John,
I
right?
saw.
So
Yeah.
it was a complete change for me because you find for myself, I found myself at 21 years old, right? With my now fiance. He was the manager
Boom.
there. Yeah. My now fiance, he was the manager, so he was my boss, right? And one day we looked at each other like, hey, you're 25, I'm 21. We have absolutely no idea where our life is going to go in the next 5 years. Like we have no plans and except working for a pizzeria. Like what are we doing, right? And sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to understand their potential, but for us it was kind of like, what are we doing here? Like, is this what we're going to keep doing ongoing or what? Now, mind you, at this point, I was overweight, right? So, just for some reference, I'm around 5'6", so I'm not the shortest person in the world. But I was weighing around 220 pounds, right? Which for me, I never was like that. Now, I don't come from a healthy family per se, quote unquote. My family has diabetes, right? So for me, again, health and fitness was never ever like a thing, right? It wasn't even of importance, right? But I find myself working at a pizzeria, pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You want a snack, grab a slice. It was kind of like that. And I gained around 60 pounds. So for women, and hopefully women listen to to this and understand it and relate, right? But for us women and men as well, I believe that somebody else can tell you that you feel good, but unless you feel that yourself, like you don't really believe that. And so for me, he would always say, hey, you look great. My family would, hey, you look great, but I didn't feel great. So I understood and took responsibility over how I felt and did everything I had to do to fix that. And so, fast forward now, it's been 2 years and I've been able to lose around 53 pounds out of the 60s. So I'm still on my way, but, fitness is now part of my lifestyle. I don't know if you want me to go ahead and jump into how it kind of became, also my business, also my career. But, I always, like I said, I fell into it. I fell in love with working on myself. And when you work on yourself and you feel good, you express that to other people, and it's almost like an energy that just connects with them, and it takes from there.
Yeah. So look. you work with Herbalife, right? That's
Absolutely.
your supplement company, right? That's the company that sponsors you, provides, helps you kind of live right. So look, I'm gonna be honest with you, in full transparency.
Absolutely.
I had some what's the word I want to use? Some in my mind, I had a negative thought about Herbalife, right? Because here's my thing, right? I believe, you know, okay, we can supplement a lot of things in life, right? Now I see your regimen in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. It's and for a guy like me who does not like to rely on pills and this and that, here's the issue I had. What happens when you decide that you don't want to take those items anymore, but still want to put in the work and you just so happen to digress, if that makes sense? The
Absolutely.
anxiety. What do you say to that?
I say no, absolutely nothing happens, and I'll tell you why. I
Okay.
am huge on balance, right? Everything in your fitness journey needs to be a balance, right?
Yeah.
Just like rest is important. You can't do
Yeah.
cardio 7 days a week. You need to have balance. Your body needs to rest, right? And I have that same mentality when it comes to supplementation for myself, and for the clients that I have. I do not supplement more than 10% of their diet,
Okay.
right? Because the most important thing out of a person's diet, out of your weight loss journey, is your nutrition, right? Upon contrary belief, your nutrition is around 80% of what will take you to your fitness goals, because you're not working out all day. You're eating all day, but you're not working out all day. So the biggest concept that people need to ensure they understand is their nutrition, right? So absolutely, I am extremely proud of working with Herbalife Nutrition. I did tons of research because I was also like that. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want any supplements. I don't want none to do with nothing, right? Like, I don't even, to be completely honest, I don't even do Western medicine. I don't even take pills like that. It's not, I don't have any at my house. And it's because I don't like it. I have my family that survives on pills. And so for me, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not going down this route. But I understood that when you supplement around 10% of your diet, and you continue to focus mostly on whole foods, protein, carbohydrates, you build a balance, right? So if today I decided, hey, I no longer want to use supplements, I'll be fine, right? Maybe caffeine, because caffeine, but
Yeah.
everybody needs some
Caffeine.
caffeine at 7:30 in the
Yeah.
morning. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much, I don't even use pre-workout. I just use like my own energy. I just eat carbs before a workout, depending on what I'm working on that day. And absolutely working out. Absolutely, right? I always teach 10% supplementation, 80% dieting. And if we want to go over 100%, then we do 20% of fitness, physical activity, right? And so it's
Okay.
a big balance that I teach. Herbalife Nutrition has supplementation for lots of different goals. But I'm not in the business of selling a supplementation. I'm in the business of benefiting my clients the way that I've been able to benefit too, which is creating that balance. And I think that's important. I will be honest though, there's a lot of people that don't teach that to their clients, but I can't
Yeah.
speak on that. I speak on
Speak
my
on what you.
business and what
Hmm.
I teach. And that's
Yeah.
something I'm very, very proud of. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's important. So
Yeah.
right now you're down in Miami, right?
Yeah, I'm down in
I know
Miami in the
I
305.
I see how you living. I see your Instagram from your nights,
Yeah.
the last few nights, and look, I appreciate that. So leading to that, the balance of your relationship and working. How are you and your fiance able to kind of, while y'all work together 7 days a week?
Yeah. Let's talk about
Then,
that.
yeah. So then how you find time to live a little bit, you know what I mean? And not make it so much about your clients, more
Absolutely.
about y'all.
Absolutely. So for me, right now we're in Miami. We actually live in Orlando. We'll be moving down, God willing, in August. So we got about 4 or 5 months. And I'll be very honest, as an entrepreneur, the first couple of years of you building a business, you do not have all the time in
No
the world.
time.
Neither do you have all the money in the world. Let's be
Yeah.
honest, right?
Yeah.
And so for me right now, I'm very, very focused on growing what I'm doing, because not only do I have clientele, I also help people who are in their fitness journeys build a business too. Now, this takes a lot of commitment and time, right? I have lots of people that, are starting into this whole social media thing, just like I did 2 years ago. So I'm teaching all of these basics. I'm teaching all of these things. Last night, I'll be very honest though, the type of work that I do doesn't feel like work, right? Like I don't feel like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out, and if I am stressed out, it's because I probably procrastinated, which is a huge thing I had to learn in entrepreneurship was you can't procrastinate on your business. You know what I'm saying? So
And it took me 2 years to figure
yeah,
that out.
yeah. So I really had to learn that I had to organize myself first. But truly, I believe my morning is everything to my day. And I'll be very
Yeah,
honest. When my mornings are not right, neither does my business go right, neither does my relationship go right, right?
same here.
Because my fiance and I were both full-time online coaches, right? So we don't have any other source of income. We don't have nowhere else to go except, hey, log in on your phone, log in on your computer, let's get some work done, let's check on some people, right? And it can be very stressful. It can be very, very stressful, right? We were used to barely spending any time together because we both worked over 50 hours a week, to then, we spent a little bit more time, and then boom, we are together all the time, so it can be a little challenging, but I'll be very honest, for the most part it's very rewarding, because you see that you're getting better with every step. Like every 6 months, life is looking a little bit different for the better, and your work starts to pay off. So as far as balance right now, I'll be honest, I don't have a lot, right? But I do make sure that I always tune in with myself, because I believe in this, and this is something that you'll always hear me say if you haven't already, like on Instagram. We are the pillar of our lives, right? So you, MJ, let's say that you exhaust yourself like 1000%, and you're not going to be able to be a good father, a good husband, right? Good at your job because you're tired. How are you going to be able to be your best version if you're tired, right? So I will say, if there's one of the things that I'm really good at balancing, is myself. Like when I need a moment, I take a moment. I don't stress myself. I don't overwork myself, because what good is there in that, right? I'm not going to be productive. I spent so much time being busy and thinking I was being productive. Those are very two different things. You could be busy doing nothing all
Yeah,
versus being
yeah,
productive, where you get a lot of things done in an hour or two, and I had to really learn the difference, because I was like, wow, I've been busy all day and I didn't get anything done yet because I wasn't focused, right? But my relationship, I always make sure, we schedule like dates, right? Hey, we have a date this day, so make sure that you don't do this and this and that, because between all the people and all the things we have to do, it is hard. But I'll be very honest, it doesn't feel like this burden of a thing, because I know what I'm looking forward to. That's the most exciting part. Like I know it's not easy right now, but it's going to pay off, and that's kind of what's keeping us through, because we see it,
yeah. You're so wise beyond your years, man. I'm sure your parents are
Thank
enjoying watching your growth because look, me sitting here as a 33-year-old man, 2 kids, a wife, a ton of
you.
responsibilities, man. I don't even consider myself an entrepreneur. I'm a fitness hustler. So like I'm
There
finding
you go.
any
I
way
love that.
to
I love that.
change the game. I'm finding any way to motivate. I am like really pushing hard on the Instagram. I'm not nowhere near you, but because I got two phones and I work them the way that I gotta work them. I'm always trying to better myself, so I can appreciate listening to you and hearing your grind and hearing your passion, and I think it's amazing. So look, you kind of gave me your 5-year plan without really knowing that you did. So like I listen, and that's
You
the
can't
one
get
thing
me
I am
started.
about.
You can't get me started talking on goals, because you
Yeah,
set me
you,
up. I am
yeah, I set it up like you literally flew through the questions, and I ain't really have to do too many leading into. So look, I like to, like I said, before we started, I like to end each podcast with a little bit of motivation. And normally it's me, but I'm gonna leave it up to you. So tell the people, give them a little bit of motivation to power them through the week.
There you go. There you go. You see, I think it's so important that we take responsibility, right? Because life is what we make it out to be, right? I'll be very honest. While I've been here in Miami, I've gotten this very interesting perspective, right? If you haven't been to Miami, or if you can see there's lots of tall buildings, right? Now, in our lives, sometimes we're so focused on all the stressors, all the things going on, all the things that are holding us back. And we have this battle in our mind. Okay. Now, while I've been here in Miami, I'm in a 29th building. I can see everything from
I
here,
know. I
right?
saw your view.
Everything, right?
Yeah.
And it gives you this perspective that we really are the ones that are in control of our lives. Um, because there's so many people out there that are living their own life, their own problems, their own stressors. So when you look at yourself, you got to look at yourself on the size of an ant, right? And you got to be like, is this problem worth it? Right now, a lot of us don't understand this concept because we worry too much about what's going on, what happened at work. We let things take care and take power over what's going on in our lives. We can't do that. We got to take responsibility. Now, how do we build this? We build this by working on our mindset, by becoming strong,
Boom.
by understanding that everything that happens in your life, everything that you do, however you react, the control that we give away comes from how strong our mindset is, right? We give people so much power, right? When people, try to bring you down, it has nothing to do with you. It has a lot to do with you building up your mindset, right? It has a lot to do with us becoming stronger, us becoming better. When you're confident in yourself, and this comes from mindset, right? Working on your mind, feeding yourself with positive energy every morning, right? Motivational speakers. You probably heard me say this tons of times, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, right? These are men that have completely transformed my life simply through YouTube, right? And this mindset is a thing, right? Even in your fitness journey, right? And I'm guessing that a lot of people who listen to this podcast are either in their fitness journey or starting or just transitioning into it. Everything that has to do with fitness is stronger with the mind. It is not hard to work out. What is hard is getting yourself there. And that has to do with your mindset. It is not hard to eat healthy. It's actually not bad at all. Like it's a lifestyle when you like it, right? And you make it,
Yeah.
it's what it should be, right? It's your mind that you can't control because you're thinking about all the other things that are not going to be good for you, but you're thinking about them. Not so it has to do with our mind. So I always tell people, work on your mind, work on your heart, work on yourself. Everything else falls into place, right? Because when you are down, when you are broken down, you can't be a strength for anybody else, right? And so I think that's very important, working on mindset and understanding that you have the power if you don't give it up to somebody else, right? We're so used to giving somebody else our power, like, oh, my spouse pissed me off this morning. You know what? The way that we react is because we give people control, right? Nobody has control over our reactions. We do, right? So don't give up your power, work on your mindset and understand that it gets better every day, right? But if you quit, you're not ever gonna find out,
Yeah.
right?
If you
So continue
quit,
to
you
hustle. And I
give
love that
away.
you called yourself a fitness hustler. That's the term of the game. I love that. And don't be mad if I use it sometimes. A fitness hustler. I love that because that's what it is the hustle. Every day you're not gonna feel like it. You're not
Yeah.
gonna want to be disciplined. You're not gonna want to be positive. I have days where I'm just like, I want to stay stuck here, but I understand that it's much bigger than me.
Yeah.
Understand that life, there's so much out there. We're the size of an ant and so much bigger than us.
Oh,
So, that's something that it's as impactful as can be. And I one day heard it, and it has transformed my life. So I hope it does that to somebody too.
oh man. I feel like I said that just not as beautiful as you. I can appreciate you. I thank you. Thank you for joining the podcast, man. Look,
Thank you so
stay
much. This is
tuned.
very
Uh, Stay tuned. Tell them your Instagram. Where can they follow you at?
Yes. So my Instagram is Alo Garcia. So ALOGARRCIA. I post a lot about lifestyle, fitness, foods, mindset, lots of motivation. I believe that like people that are young, older, whatever, age is not a factor when you're hungry. When you're hungry,
No.
you're hungry and you get to work, right?
Yeah.
So I speak a lot about that and I try to give as much value as I can. I know you mentioned my Instagram is not, listen, when you scroll all the way down to my Instagram, I was not that good. Okay. I did a lot of
Yeah.
research. I try to learn a lot and every day getting better
Same
and
here.
better, but
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when I got into just creating that situation for the, because I have two pages. I have a personal, I have a business.
Yeah.
When I got into just the business part of just the Instagram thing, it was You know, it wasn't a cakewalk, you know, and I'm still learning as I go. But I take bits and pieces from everybody. I'm a sponge, man. Even still at 33, I'm still learning.
Yeah.
I'm not cocky enough to say that I don't have room to grow. So I can
Love.
appreciate, you know, fitness hustlers like you know,
Yeah.
changing the game for guys like me. And while you're young, I still take a little bit of what you do, especially with the Insta story. I'm look, I watch you and I'm telling you your whole day. You know, those little lines get smaller and smaller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I appreciate you for joining the podcast. Thank you, and
Thank you
we'll
so much
talk.
for having. Yeah.
Okay. All right.